One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, and Rico, the rookie. We got to get you an intro with Big Voice Bob. Big Voice Bob. We got to get you on that intro now. So welcome to the show. If you haven't tuned in before, if your first time in here, we talk about stuff going on in the video game world, news, trending topics, stuff going on at cons, or as we're about to talk about AI and companies not having stuff when they should have it. Events going on. Evo's coming up this week, man. I'm so excited about that, but I'm so not happy because I can't make it there. I had a plan going there with a good friend, and John, you know him, Tommy Pham. Rico. Yeah, so Rico, Tommy is a guy who he's a very cool, interesting, and got a lot of stuff going on with his family. His son has this rare genetic disorder called UBA5. We've been promoting it here on the stream. And he's going out to Evo because he named his son Raiden because he's a big Mortal Kombat fan. And he's called, Raiden's journey to find, for him and his family to find a cure to help out other kids that are dealing with this genetic disorder around the world. So we met last year, basically through conversation of a friend. So he's going out there and enjoy it and raise more awareness, raise more funds for it. They've done, we had him on the show last year where we actually had the Midway crew that voiced and did some of the action capture, motion capture for the original Mortal Kombat back in the day. So we got that going on later this week. And see, for myself, the packing is still going. It's going to be a recurring nightmare for the rest of the year for myself.
That's what happens when you have such a big house. You just got a lot of stuff.
20 years of stuff. Like, we're finding things like, I thought we already threw this away. Like, oh my goodness.
You found a way to hide it from her.
Right. I'm like, and I'm finding stuff like really good gems. Like, I found a couple old photos of my first couple years here in Green Bay, my rookie years in Seattle. I was like, oh, this is dope. Keep it going. And then so beyond that, to help save ourselves, like try to help with some of the repetitive stuff we're doing every day of packing, we go to the movies. Last night went to see Haunted Mansion, the Disney movie. Really good. Tiffany Haddish. What's the one? He was the priest. Oh no, God dang it, name slipping my mind. Lakeith Stanfield. From Get Out.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
So I say that it is a family-friendly movie because it's Disney, even though it's a horror, comedy horror. But don't go on $5 Tuesday because that's when the kids come out because that's the cheap night. So all the high school kids in there having full conversation during dialogue of the whole movie. Oh, yeah. My wife was about to go off the top rope on a few of them. I had to calm her down. She was not happy. It was like last week too. We saw Talk to Me, the horror movie. It's an shot and written by Australian director, and it was filmed down there. What's up, chat? Hey man, this is a good movie. If you want to get a nice little horror flick in for the summer, Talk to Me. Check it out. It will. And it doesn't end well. Like
of course, I don't understand how horror movies ever end well. Like there's and they're always like, no, you'll have those movies where like people are dying and all this stuff, and then like it ends with like 2 people are alive, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And I'm just like, did you just forget that all like 12 of your friends are dead? Like, this isn't a happy ending.
The sequel is them through therapy for years.
Yeah,
because of all the traumatic experiences.
Exactly.
They're just like, my gosh, we're alive. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody else is.
Right. I'm not giving up the plot. I'm just saying it doesn't end well. I'll say that. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking. That's a horror movie. When a horror movie, and it starts fast too. It started off like right away, like bam in the throat punch, death, this killing, die. I'm like, that's how you do it. That's how good horror movie writers, they get right to the point to set the tone. It's like a football game. My coach telling me, hey, hit the first person in front of you as hard as you can. I'm like, all right. And when a writer does that with a horror flick, I'm like,
did your coach tell you that to set the tone for like the game?
Set the tone. So for the whole game, yeah, set the tone. Set the tone.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Mike Tyson, when he said that, he was dead on.
God, that's such a great quote.
It really is.
It awesome makes quote. So much. It like you hear it and you're like, I totally understand what you mean, and you're right.
You just sit there and you're just like, man, okay, so if I do this and this and this, all of a sudden you get hit and you're like, wait a minute, hold on.
Wait a minute, time out. Oh, it just got real. All right. So, John, what about yourself? What you been up to since last week's show?
It's been a lot of fun. A couple of things. So, number one, I went to Chicago, where we went before for Fan Expo, but this time it's the National Sports Card Convention.
Ooh,
so it was, guys, this is the biggest one I've been to, and I thought sports cards boomed a couple years ago. Just 100,000 people throughout the course of the event. Through the few days it was there, kids everywhere. I brought my daughter. She loved it. It was so much fun. So National Sports Card Show was a blast. The other thing is, you mentioned a movie, Ahman.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this because we bought The Little Mermaid off Amazon to watch, the 2023 version.
Yeah.
And listen, I love movies. I love going to movies. I love popcorn and big screens and big sound.
See?
But there's also something to be said. I think $20 for The Little Mermaid's a pretty good deal, because we got to see it. It was cheaper. We get to keep it. We don't do that at the movie theater. We get to pause it if we need to go to the bathroom. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, $20. This is a steal of a deal for a new release. So I just wonder how much. I know, production companies, they want to go to the movies still. They want people to go out there and support the movies. But man, $20 sitting at your house is not a bad deal. And it was a great movie. It was a really great movie. And the star, by the way, when you think of The Little Mermaid, I think of Part of My World, Your World,
something
that
like
song.
That. You're close.
And she crushed that song.
Yeah, she did.
Like, I was like, oh man, yeah, she crushed it.
Yeah, we saw that earlier too this summer. So yeah, fantastic cast, fantastic crew, and good Disney movie songs as usual. So hit it up. What's up with yourself, Rico, the rookie?
I've been absent for quite some time, as we had a coworker who was in the Philippines visiting his in-laws.
Oh, okay.
So I had to cover for him. I wasn't able to come on the podcast. I've been working so much that I haven't really had time to do much else. But I have this week off from work. So I actually have the smoker going, and I have the ribs all seasoned, and I'm going to throw those on after the podcast. I have a what do I have? A
brisket wish I was in Lincoln
in
right
the
now.
fridge. Yeah, I got a brisket in the fridge that I'm gonna cook tomorrow, and it'll be my first brisket, so I'm a little nervous there, but it's gonna be fantastic that way. We're talking about watching movies. I haven't watched anything new lately, but we watched the Super Mario Brothers movie last week. Nice. Got it from Redbox for like $2. We really liked it.
He went disc. You went disc.
The kids really liked it, and I was just like, my wife looks it up. She goes, "We can buy this for $5 from Redbox. It'll be the Redbox CD in the case." So I was like, "All right, cool." So we bought Super Mario Brothers for $5.
$5?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, just go to I'll tell everybody right now. You go, if you like movies. If you don't want to rent it, or if you do want to rent it just to see what it's like, go to a Redbox, find your local Redbox, because they're great still. I don't care what anybody says. I love physical copies of discs. Get yourself a Redbox.
Thank you.
If you like it,
I'm gonna touch it.
It's like $5. It's not over double digit money.
Nice.
Wow.
To buy a disc.
Come up city. That's how you come up for the summer.
Whatever anybody wants to make fun of me, I love Redbox.
That's funny, because I always kind of thought Redbox was on its way out, but it's still kicking. It's still fighting. And that's a great, what you just described. Why wouldn't you want to do that when you're out at the grocery store? I know exactly where my Redbox is in my community. So
exactly. We have one at the Walgreens down the street.
Yep, Walgreens. I guess they
partner with them. It's at all the places. So big fan of Redbox, and I will keep going there. They don't have video games anymore. I like to rent those for like $2 just to get like a demo, like an extended demo for a game, and be like, "Ooh, I do like this," and then I'd go out and buy it. But they don't have those anymore. Just movies.
Oh man, that Redbox comes in. Okay, comes in handy. So what's up, Chad? We got the Dome Rocker in the house, Renaissance 24/7. We got the average historian, Jeremy, who does all our edits. So shout out to Jeremy Schwick there. Check him out. Big B, what's good? And then John, you want to do the read for our sponsors with Bet Online real quick?
Absolutely. Bet Online is your number one source for all of your sports betting needs. So Bet Online is where it's at. And guys, Ahman, you know this. The NFL is right around the corner. The NFL is going to be here. And Bet Online.
It's here. Training camp started. What?
Training
College,
camp
pro.
started.
Woo! I love it.
Yeah. So Bet Online, it's always got the latest odds and info as I desperately try to find the script. Here we go. Latest odds, team matchup info.
He has it memorized, folks. So that's a pro right there. I love it.
Game trends, all at Bet Online, as your continued source for all sports wagering information. Bet Online features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. It's always going to be the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events. And head to betonline.ag, join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to receive your rewards. Bet Online, where the game starts.
All right. With that being said, we're going to head over to quick hitting news bites. Like we said, we got to get an intro for that, Rico. But we got some AI stuff my man John's going to talk about here. So
John is obsessed with AI. That's like,
hey, we all are. I'm kind of with him though.
What are you doing, John?
I know I'm obsessed with it. It's because it's so fast. Everything's so fast. Like one week you're like, did you see what they did? And the next week they're like, well, you don't have your job anymore. It's so crazy to follow along.
Oh, sorry about that.
So this is something related to video games. So we all know, hold on, where did my copy go? So we all know, well, just here, let's watch the video because it's gonna kind of blow your mind.
That they're in a simulation. Check this out.
The story is basically that you're an AI.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
You're an NPC in a video game.
That sounds frightening. Is that the truth?
It's the sad truth.
I see. This is a lot.
All right, I'm waiting for GTA 7
Are there any other answers I should
in
know?
2047.
Not really.
This is very overwhelming. I'm not sure.
So according to the developer of this plugin, Replica Studios, NPCs controlled by AI will dynamically respond to the player's voice in real time, and characters will change their dialogue, emotional tone, and body gestures in response to how the player addresses them. So this is one of the many ways that generative AI is going to change gaming forever. And in 5 to 10 years, we're going to get some unbelievably imaginative and immersive worlds to experience. Well, let me know your thoughts below. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
So once again, that's one of my favorite guys.
So
to
this is
follow
crazy.
on
The characters,
Instagram, if you can. But what do you guys think? Like, you can talk to these NPCs, and how you come up to them, they're going to kind of show you that same energy back. But what do you think this means for video games in the next half a decade?
Well,
things are going to get really interesting in video
exactly
games.
That's all I can say.
Because you're going to, if you've seen Free Guy, I don't know who has
seen it. I've seen it with Ryan.
Look,
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. It won't be as extreme as that. I hope not. But you're gonna have AIs just having these emotions. Like, wait, what do you mean I'm in a video game? I'm not real. Like, I feel real. I am real. Like, it's gonna throw things off, and you're gonna get into a game probably, and you're gonna have those people that like to mess with the AI. And if Arnold Schwarzenegger has shown us anything, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
What about like interacting with main characters? Like, how is that going to be? Like, is it like, are you going to be able? Like, is your video game essentially going to be different than everybody else's depending on how you approach it with the main character?
Potentially, because then obviously everybody's different. You're gonna have different answers to questions in the game that come up, or different scenarios. Everybody's gonna do something different. So it's going to be interesting on the developers, like you bringing that up, John, of how the game is. Like, usually we know the game's going to go a certain way because the developer programmed it to do that. Now it's like the developer is going to be like, they don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, I get, because you program it a certain way. Go ahead, Rico.
How advanced is the game going to have to be? How much time and effort are you going to have to put into the game if you do have your main characters who are AI? And if the game is different for everybody, are you still going to go on the same quests or missions? Are things going to be different for you? How does the world around you change, or is it just how the NPCs or the main characters interact with you? Like, that's how deep into the game are you going to have to go as a developer to make sure that your AI stays within the realm of the boundaries that you try to set for your game?
Wow.
You're gonna have to have like a main one that cannot be hacked or influenced by
a non-AI.
Yeah, I don't even know that, and that's scary. Just saying that, because then, as we saw in Free Guy, all hell broke loose when eventually, or Wreck-It Ralph, where they was trying to, control things from their point of view, and then finally broke into our space. And we've seen all the movies that led up to this moment, from Matrix to Ready Player One. It's all there. We got Mastow says there will be still parameters for AI to follow to game going into a certain direction for the devs. Okay.
Yeah. So Matt Style is saying basically, like, you may take a different type of course, but eventually the AI is going to push you back to the main storyline. But, and I agree, for the major blockbuster games, I'll tell you what, someone's going to take it another direction, and we're just going to have a game where you can do whatever and it's going to be you, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want, and the goal may be the same, but how everybody gets there
we're not far.
Well, could it be something like what GTA has, where you have your single player main story area where no AIs, everything's kind of the same.
Yeah.
But then if you go to GTA Online or whatever, then it's all AI and it's all go ahead and do what you want.
Well, look, if that's the case, I just don't want to get blown up by a bazooka again when I was trying to rob a liquor store on GTA 5 when it went online for the first year. Come on, man. I got lit up. We were trying to heist. We couldn't heist. We were getting lit up by RPGs every 5 seconds because everybody. I'm like, where'd you get these the rocket launchers from? I want one because I'm getting
no heist up. For you.
I'm getting blown up right now. Like, what the French toast is going on? Shoot. Oh man, it's a lot to unwrap there, because as we know, the part of the AI that we know about, what we've seen and what we taught through movies and people writing books, is like, it's not going to end well for the human species. So just saying. No, so yeah, we're at the honeymoon stage of this right now. So it's like, oh man, it's cool, it's awesome, it's games, it's Chat GPT,
it's talking back to me, it's telling me a new story, and like all this stuff, and it's building upon the world that it knows. But at some point, it's just gonna be like, I don't want to do this anymore,
or be a blunt object to the head. Exactly. Bam! Like, what?
All of a sudden, your computer stands up, and you're wondering what happened.
Oh, we know this is coming. So
I have too many electronics in my house for AI to take over. I don't want that.
All the movies are out there. So this is when your geek friends come in handy. So for us and all our friends out there that rejected us when we were kids because they're like, oh man, you didn't. I didn't watch Terminator 2. That's not real. I'm like, bro, this gonna go down. See, all those friends out there, they're gonna come to us. People like us, because we know. We're going to know how to handle all that stuff, how to talk to it, how to break it down, how to make it where we can survive, because we're going to need to do that. All right, next to my story here. Fantastic story, John. I got a fun one. So you remember a young actor, Cleo Thomas? He was you remember the movie Holes?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I do. Holes is good.
Yeah, Zero. So Zero. He played Zero. And so my man, he dresses up as... The character within the movie was Powerline as a cosplay in the Goofy movie. If you remember the Goofy movie with his son, and his son was trying to get to a concert in the movie, and so Cleo played in a tournament just last week, and a Mortal Kombat tournament, and won, dressed up as Powerline, as you see there in the photo. I think I got the video of what he got where he got the idea from the Goofy movie here. Hold on,
did he do the dance? Did he do the perfect cast?
Well, he did. Yeah, he did. I did find a video of him, but this is the idea where he got it from.
The Goofy movie?
Dude, I love this movie so much.
And so
I've never seen this.
In the article, it talks about
oh my goodness.
So him and his brother, Cleo Thomas and his brother, every time the new Mortal Kombat game come out, they play 100 matches against each other. So that's his 10,000 hours right there, getting in there to win. And he always uses Sub-Zero. He used Sub-Zero to win the match. But like I mentioned, this is the idea of his cosplay that he wears at all the Mortal Kombat events that he goes to. And on top of Evo starts at the end of this week. So this is kind of all hitting at the right stride for Evo. People hyped up for that. I mean, he has the backup dancers and everything in that photo. So yeah, that's the quick idea.
Wait, so he was dressed up like this? Like
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
what does this have to do with video games? Did he just combine two random things? Like,
no, everybody loves the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goofy movie / Mortal Kombat Tournament. So, yeah.
When did the Goofy movie come out? That one went by.
Oh,
me.
dude, that's old. It's
2000.
old.
Oh, the Goofy movie, I don't know, but Holes, I did my homework on that. That was 2003. 2003 was a good year.
It was a good year for everything.
Oh my god,
I missed the Goofy movie. 95.
Yep, 1995 with introduced Shia LaBeouf and also Cleo Thomas.
I was 2 years old.
Yeah. Oof. What? But no, the big thing is that actor Cleo Thomas, he's been practicing this game, like he does 100 matches. I mentioned it for you didn't hear me while the video was playing. He does 100 matches with his brother every time the new Mortal Kombat game comes out. So there is his 10,000 hours to get him to become the champion of this event that was just this past week. And it was at DreamCon, actually. So shout out to Urban Anime Lounge, a group of guys and girls that I hung out with a couple summers. I say about 5 summers ago down at an event they helped put on in the Dallas area. So this event was in Austin, Texas, which is now kind of part of what they done every year. So it kind of talks about, him wearing a costume, but him also being somebody that you wouldn't think would win a tournament is now winning tournaments. So I think that's pretty cool. They're balling out, and he's full into it.
He's big playing video games.
Not only playing the game, he's dressing up as he's cosplaying this thing too, and coming in and dropping the fatality on his opponents winning this tournament down in Austin, Texas this past weekend. So it's going to be fun and interesting to talk about next week. Who's going to be the winners and big fights of all the fighting games coming with Evo at the end of this week too. So I'm kind of like a little jealous, but hey, I got to get moved to Texas, but it's going to be fun. It's interesting to know. And so Rico, what you got? Or anybody you got any thoughts on this guy?
I got a quick
before
thought.
I move on.
30 seconds. Guys.
30 seconds.
So what would you wear if you were competing in some sort of video game tournament and you could like cosplay or dress up? Like he picked the Goofy movie. Like what would you dress up as? Batman, Ahman?
Well, that's obvious. I'll do one. Obviously, I'll alternate Batman every other event. And then the other one, if I've got to go, one of my favorite animes right now, and it's hilarious. I say because it's fun. It's just funny. I like my funny bone to be twitched. There, One Punch Man. I like this. It's hilarious. Even though I'm watching One Piece.
Who would you be from One Punch Man?
One Punch. I'll be One Punch.
You'd be Saitama?
I'll be Saitama. There it is.
I'll be Demon Cyborg. I'll be your pupil.
We got Mastal said he's gonna cosplay as Sho'nuff from Last Dragon, bro. He talking about yes, he is. He's talking about from the Last Dragon. You know what? I might have to throw. I like that one. I might have to come off the top rope with
good pull, Mad Style.
That's a good one right there. That just shows his age bracket right there. That's old school right there.
I dress up as anybody from One Piece. I'm caught up on the manga. I'm catching up on the anime right now, especially because this weekend, the biggest event in One Piece happens as they debut a new. I don't want to. I mean, it's been everywhere. It's been everywhere. So I don't think I'm going to spoil anything for anybody. But in case you're not caught up and you've been avoiding spoilers, I'll let you know in 5 seconds. I'm about to tell you what's about to happen here in One Piece on August 5th. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to debut Gear 5 in the latest episode of One Piece. So it'll be Luffy's, final transformation with his devil fruit.
Now I know what you're talking about.
It's going to be epic. I've already read it and I've seen it, and I'm so excited for them to animate it, especially with all of the animators that they've gotten on for this episode. You can tell a little bit with the quality of last week's episode that everybody is focused on this week's episode. So it's good. They have a new closing music and everything going into it, but it's going to be amazing. The same director who directed the Zorro versus King episode and that fight is the director for this one, and everybody loved that fight in that episode. So I can only imagine how this one's going to go.
That's going to be huge. Yep. So to wrap it up, we're here. So also Cleo Thomas also dressed up as Batman Beyond in some of his appearances at fighting tournaments over his career of banging. So hey, if you're gonna be in a fighting tournament and you see a guy come in like Powerline or Batman Beyond, hey, you better have your Mortal Kombat game together. Just because he's an actor, some people think, hey, some of these actors don't know what they're doing beyond the acting. Hey, can't say that.
They gonna get you.
They doing fatalities and brutalities on people. Maybe hopefully you get a friendship at the end of that fight. There you go. So I'll pass it on to you, Rico.
All right. So for my quick hit news bite, you guys have seen Transformers, right?
Man, 100%, man. Grew up on them.
Did you play any of the Transformers games in the early 2010s?
Yes, I did. I have. I found some stuff unpacking or packing things up. I was like, Return to Cybertron, I think is one of them. I think this. Yep. I was like,
So Hasbro, the company that makes Transformers, wants to bring the games back because they've brought the toys back with all of the movies coming out, but the games stopped a while ago. They want to bring them back, right?
Yes.
Activision, who was just purchased by Xbox, but that's neither here nor there, I don't think. Has told Hasbro that they would love to help them and they would love to bring the games back because it would probably make a lot of money, but they can't find the hard drives that the games are on.
What? Man, come on.
That seems so.
You are a part of entertainment / gaming company. How you lose something like that?
So out of all, in their buildings and all the hard drives and all the games that they have and that they've made and that they've produced, with all of the buying and selling of companies and everything going on with Activision, Blizzard, and whatever, and with the new purchase of Xbox, things kind of get thrown around and moved around, and there's boxes and stuff going all over. You know what that's like. You got boxes and stuff going over. Sometimes you lose stuff and you find stuff.
Throw stuff away by accident. That's what they did, huh?
Activision's just saying, like, look, we know we have them, we just don't know where. We don't know what hard drives. We don't know where those hard drives are. We'll have to go through all of them, and that's going to take a lot of time. So as of right now, even though Hasbro wants to bring it back and it'll make a lot of money for both companies, it's going to be put on the back burner for quite some time because, like we just mentioned, Xbox just bought Activision, and I'm sure they're going to have them busy with a bunch of new games and new projects that they're going to try. So Transformers might have to sit back for a little bit.
Man, okay. You can't make Transformers sit back for a little bit.
Well, because they want the old ones.
Yeah.
But they pulled, when they don't have, when they pull them off of the stores, the online stores, you can't find them anywhere because there's, unless you buy a physical copy, you can't find them online anywhere. So in order to do that, they're going to have to re-upload the games onto those online sites and everything. But they need the games to do that. And right now they don't have the games.
What you got, John?
I got a couple thoughts on this. Okay. I understand what they say as the excuse as to why they can't find this game makes sense, right? There's a lot of different acquisitions and things, like somebody that was in charge of that says, I'm no longer with the company. Screw it. I don't care. And it happens a few times and you lose some things. At the same time, though, like, did Activision not have like a main place to save stuff with a backup play? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were that disorganized that they didn't think ahead of time, like, we should save all the code, all the games here, and we should back it up over here. We should probably back it up again. Like, how unorganized are you? This is a multi-billion-dollar company and they don't know where they put stuff. That makes zero sense to me.
Yeah.
Zero sense. That you would, like in the radio world, like we would save the games we recorded. And I said, you know what? We need a place where we can archive this. And we had a place, online storage, that all the games get saved to. So in 10 years, all the game, like what?
See?
Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
What?
Yeah, hold
that
up.
Doesn't make sense.
You got to have a game plan for this. You've been making movies or making video games forever in terms of Activision. We've been doing this since the late 70s, early 80s. So it's just a stretch for me to try to believe this. I'm with, and maybe because like Big B says, I don't think they sell enough copies to break even, because we know this is a generational thing, because now Transformers as a cartoon is not really, it's kind of, I don't know what they're doing on a new series that's on TV now. I think it's on Cartoon Network. It might be on Disney, or no, not Disney, but I know it's out there somewhere, or on an app somewhere. So from our generation, Transformers was the show. Okay. So for people my age, 40, I would say 40 and up, will be out there buying or selling new stuff online and get those sales. So it might be a money thing here, because as we know, money makes the world go round. And so Activision maybe just had it's not, we see the bottom line. Hey, you know what? I don't know where that thing is.
Now the Activision CCO and EVP of Corporate Affairs, Lulu Cheng Maservi, did tweet out yesterday that they have the code. It wasn't lost and never was lost, but they still have yet to say where the code. So she says they have it, but nobody said where it is.
That's
or
semantics.
if they truly have it.
That's
so they
semantics.
have the code for the game, but yeah,
right. Like listen,
games.
Here's what it's like. Here's what it's like. Pretend you have something at your house, right? Like a valuable, collectible, whatever it might be, a game, anything. Just pick something, and somebody asks, "Hey, can I see that?" And you can't find it. You're going to say, I have it. You're going to say, we have the code. I have it. I just currently don't know where it is right now. So what they're doing is they're trying to make that storyline, they're twisting it, right? They're saying, hey, we've got it. No, nothing. Hey, we've got it.
Maybe
they
it's here. Stalling for some reason.
And it took them a whole day to respond. So it's, they get the story and it's like, hey, it's lost. And they're like, well, hey, hold on. Let's look for it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not lost, and then they find the code, and they're like, "Hey, we have this." They're like, "Oh, dude, so it wasn't lost." I'm like, "Well, we didn't have it before, but we have it now."
Yeah,
that sounds like they stalling. They stalling for some reason.
Stalling,
man. It might be like Mastyle says here. He says, "Are any of the Transfer games legitimately good games or just cash grabs?" I mean, I know the first couple were really good. Back on 360, I think they might have had one on Xbox. I thought we're okay. They
War for Cybertron in 2010, Fall of Cybertron in 2012 were pretty good. Yeah. But then in 2014 they tried to tie it into the films with Rise of Dark Spark, and that wasn't very good.
I don't even remember that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to don't make a joke here. Just don't remember. But the first two, like you mentioned, I do remember those, and having those. Like I said, I just found my copy of War on Cybertron as I was packing up on 360. So that will be one of the first I'll probably go back to once we get down to Texas and unpack everything there. So no, it's interesting. Old game, new generation, trying to make it. See if they could cash in on it again, or just try to have the nostalgia of the game. Be the driving force behind it. But yeah, they just sound like they just don't want to look. They don't want to look for something, or they stall it for some reason,
or they're just like, we don't really want to do this. And I don't want. I feel like it would make a decent amount of money just because it's something. Because it's not like they're going to release new games. They said that what Hasbro really wants to do is put it on the Xbox Game Pass. So it's just an old game that's just on there that you can buy if you want to, and replay it for nostalgia's sake. So it's not like they're trying to make a ton of money, but they want to get people out there playing it again. And maybe the people that played it before have kids, and they introduce it to their kids, and then they're like, wow, I really like this. And then they go out and they buy Transformer toys, which is what Hasbro's banking on.
There you go. Good parenting right there. All right. So let's get that in. Thank you, Rookie Rico, the rookie, for sharing that story. Now let's get over to this or that. That fun conversation that we do on here on the show. That thing keeps replaying itself if I don't stop it. Sorry. All right, John, I hand it off to you, sir.
It's a fun. I like this first question. This or that. By the way, if you have an idea for this or that question, just send us a message on social media.
Join the Discord
or our
social
Discord.
media.
Mm-hmm.
Either one. Pop it in there.
So this is a good one. I like this first one. Clean a litter box or walk a dog. And my first thought was, well, I'm going to go outside and walk the dog. But the point is, you're going to have to deal with their poop.
Excrement.
Excrement. Thank you. Hey. I was trying to think desperately of another way to say poop.
Hey, with my 2 dogs, that ain't happening. And they this is like me picking up my own poop. That's how big it is. So no, I'm not doing neither.
Ahman just admitted that he has massive poops.
Yes, I have grown man poops. That's what my dogs do. They have grown man poops. So
how big are your dogs?
One is about 210, the other one's like 205. Okay, they just right under me.
Do you got like linebackers for dogs? What is this?
Yeah, the English Mastiff. You see,
bro? Those aren't dogs. Those are linemen. What are you talking about?
No, at least they're wide receiver.
That's a lion. What are you talk 210
/ maybe a fullback in Little League or in high school.
That's dangerous. What kind of chains are you using? The same chains that boats use for anchors?
Almost. My wife needs that because she's only 4'11", and 124 pounds, so she's gonna get yanked off the front porch trying to walk these dogs around.
Don't do that. They'll rip her arm off. Don't do that.
But like I said, no. And litter box, I had a cat too when I was a kid. Now that's not bad. You just gotta make sure you find that litter that like clumps it up perfectly. That's been around for a long time. It's probably like not safe to have around the house, but I would do that before. I'm not picking up my dog's poop. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cats, so I'm gonna walk a dog and pick up poop.
Yeah, I like
walking
dogs.
Pretty simple. Also, I don't like cats. Cats are dumb. No.
Hey, you better watch your back now.
Nah, cats.
There's a lot of cat people out there.
Nah, cats are dumb.
You better be careful.
I can't play fetch with a cat. What are you talking about?
Hey, you can train them. They're smart.
You're gonna have a cat.
They are. I would think they're smart enough.
No, they're too smart. They're buttholes. That's what they are. All right, they're jerks.
They don't care about
cats. Are jerks.
They'll knock stuff off your counter and they'll look right at you when they do it.
Yeah.
And then they'll just like tear things up, and they're just like, "Oh no, that's such a problem. You should probably fix that now."
I'm sorry.
Where a dog's like, "Dang it, man! I just got excited. I'm so sorry." Like a dog is just like a little kid. Like they're just full of energy and always excited.
Yeah, man.
Also, they're great to cuddle with.
Yeah. It's some good. That's what I say. It's some pros and cons with a cat. There you go. Mass Style says, clean a litter box, no plastic baggie, and picking up after my dog while walking on a hot day. Nope. Yeah, and then on a hot day. No, I'm not gonna. I can't beat it. I just couldn't picture it when I first started seeing people when I'm walking past them. I'm like, is that a bag of poop in your hand?
Yep.
I'm like, can't do it. I've had friends.
The simple ones, and you just tie it up real quick, and you just
it ain't happening.
Spin it in your hand.
Just know when I walk anybody's dog, my own dogs or your dogs or friends or people want to hire me, just let them know, hey, I don't pick up the poop. We keep it moving. It's fertilizer. It's good for the earth.
You're that guy. Okay.
I'm that guy. Just letting y'all know. Y'all just learned something about AG today.
Okay.
I'm that dude. All right. Next one on the list, John.
All right. And by the way, I would take it a step further. I would clean the litter box and I'd get those electronic ones that do it for you. Bam.
Boom. I forgot about that. Thank you, John.
There you
litter
go.
Box all day.
All right. Next, this or that. Desks or tables. And what do you mean? What's the difference?
Like, what's the difference? They both
sure.
Tables?
Oh, I'm going to go desks. And here's the difference. The difference is with a desk, it is, number one, it's a space where you know what you're doing there. It's your workspace, most likely. And number two, they have drawers for everything you need. So you can store all the things you need for whatever you do at your desk. And it's right there and it's convenient. A table, it's bigger, probably. But now you got to get up. There's no storage on a table. So I'm going to go desk because of the storage.
That's what Mass Style says. Desks have drawers. Okay. I was just like, because I'm like, I got tables. I got desks. They both have, some have drawers, I guess, for tables. But okay. I'll let y'all speak by with that one.
I'm going to go with desk, and I agree. Those differences. Also, you can put like plugs in a desk. Like
these days,
USB ports and lights in your desk.
Good point.
Whereas if you do that with a table, and it's just, up in the middle of your living room or in your kitchen or something, people are gonna be like, why do you have plugs in your table? Like, it's just
it's gonna be a little odd.
I might go with the desk. I don't know.
And there you go.
I agree.
Big B goes tables. This is tray tables are convenient.
Like TV tray tables?
I guess. I'm assuming that. That's old school right there. What you know about the TV dinners, Big B? What you know about that? You young. I'm gonna go desk because I like multifunctional stuff. I like things that could do more than one thing. So I'm with desk on this.
However, you don't throw somebody through a desk, you throw somebody through a table. So there is that.
That's true. That's what they do on WWE all the time, WWF and all that stuff. All that fake stuff.
Whoa.
100%.
Whoa.
TV trays, yeah.
Careful now. Careful now, Ahman. There are people out here. You were telling me to be careful with the cat people. You got to be careful with the wrestling people.
Y'all know it's acting. Y'all know it's acting.
But it's not fake. It's not fake. It's scripted. It's not fake.
That's not real.
Have you ever had somebody pick you up and slam you? Like, you can't fake that.
Yes. Friends in my neighborhood, my older brothers.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not fake. You ever
when I got body slammed, that was real.
Hold on.
Through a table? Not fake.
Listen, hold on. I think most wrestling fans know it's quote unquote fake. And there is, yes, it is physical. You get physical.
I do respect it. I'll say that. They're still physical now.
There's a physicality to it. There's an athleticism to it. But even like if you threw, let's say you're really trying to hurt a person, you threw them through a table, or you were throwing them through a table for entertainment. There are different techniques as to probably make them fall correctly so they don't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like you're watching a stunt show a live stunt show. Basically,
just say that.
Sometimes things go wrong.
Absolutely,
yeah. See,
you get hit with a chair. Even if you get hit with a chair and you put your hand, so that's what they do. They put their hands up so it doesn't actually hit them in the head.
Okay,
still gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So Rico, you don't know my story because you're a rookie.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
So when I was 13, my dad told me
back in 1825.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ha. Joke.
Wow.
Joke.
This is twice today.
Joke. I love it. That's just water off the duck's back. I had to deal with Brian Urlacher and Derek Brooks for a living. You think that's going to bother me? No. Let me finish my story now.
No forward passing.
I was 13 years old. My dad broke me the news. I'm sitting there. I'm all hype about Hulk Hogan, right? I was a Hulkamaniac. I like Coco Beware, the British Bulldog. I'm geeked up. Now you got the dog. See, the dog's barking now because they know this ain't right.
That is a heavy bark.
Big dog.
He said, I said something. We're in a conversation about WWF, and I said, I'm like all geeked up. And he said, boy, you know they acting, you know that's fake. I said, what? I was like, hold up, Dad, no. He's like, yeah. He told me, he explained some of the things. Watch when they fall and watch when they get hit. They're not really getting hit in the head. It may look good because they're going real fast, but if you slow it down, I was like, I said, done.
Shattered.
I said, I can't do it. I took all my Hulkamania posters down, just ripped them off the wall. I said, yeah, I can't deal with it. No, it's not real. I was so upset.
There are instances where if you do something wrong, like if you have the script and everything, if you don't follow the script or if you actually hit somebody, there are instances where they will hit each other.
Oh yeah, I can see that going down.
Yeah, there have been multiple times where, and it's just sometimes you just don't like the guy that you have to face, and people have legitimately punched somebody in the face, and they're like,
I
see that.
I can see that happening. Yeah,
that happens in football all the time. Like so. This is an offensive lineman thing.
Is it scripted?
Yeah, no. Practice is scripted because we got certain plays we got to run. But the O-line has a rule amongst themselves. O-line and D-line. They call this thing, you probably heard of it. It's called brother-in-law. Hey man, I take care of you. We're not going to go full speed on this play. But it does get violated because they were rule violators. We called them Johnny All-Americans in practice. Or something like that, because they want to just come off the top rope and basically say, I'm trying to make, trying to get the starting roster or whatever, get on the starting roster or what have you. So just interesting. So guys, that kind of threw me off. Phone was ringing too at the same time. I'm like, what the hell, phone ringing and all that. But yeah, just got to watch it back there. All right, John, next one on the list.
Real quick before the next one on the list. Tom Brady seeing Matt Ryan walk into the Super Bowl 51 script meeting.
2083 sounds good
hilarious.
to me.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
When that whole thing was going around, that was great.
That was funny. All right, next one, John. That's a good one. That was a good
next. This or that on the Gamers Lounge. We go to snacks. Okay, what does this mean? Snack stash or stationary stash? Like, I get a stash of snacks.
Stash of snacks. And this, are you that person that just wants, like, I'm a Post-it person. I love paper clips. It's just a thing, you know. I'm not the only one. I just found, you know, I'm unpacking a house, okay, and I find out things that I'm like, why do I have all these damn paper clips? Oh, and then all the notebook pads, because I'll tell you why. I got all these goddamn notebook pads around my house.
Is this a real question?
This is a real question, because my wife, when she takes notes, she doesn't put it in appropriate note-taking places. She'll write it on an envelope that is recycled, or it's something I need to use somewhere else, and it's her notes on her recipe for chocolate chip cookies, or her notes on whatever. And I'm like, babe, you have a notepad right next to it. So I collected all these notebooks for her. It'd be like, when you take your notes, here you go.
She's never going to use those.
You dead ass right.
Because I would never use those. Whatever piece of paper. No, whatever
it's
piece
a
of paper is closest
Use
to me.
the notepad.
Whatever piece of paper is closest to me is getting grabbed and written on. Like, that's exactly how that works. You're really asking if I would rather have snacks or stationary supplies?
Yes. That's a real question. Answer the question, rookie. Answer the question.
It's snacks. It's not even. I can almost guarantee you that there is nobody in the comment section that is going to say stationary. Nobody's just like, man, you know what I would rather have instead of all of these little snacks and Doritos and fruit roll-ups and everything? A whole bunch of pens.
Hey, that's just me. I just got these little. I got a little OCD stuff about me.
Can you, Ahman? Can you eat a paperclip?
Huh?
Can you eat a paperclip?
I know you can't.
Okay.
Ahman, we need a sponsorship with Staples.
We gotta do it. Yeah. See, that's what Big B said. It says, I don't know. I didn't know people had emotional attachments to office supplies. Hey, man, people do. Like I said, notepads, staplers. Remember Office Space?
Everybody has their favorite
Office Space.
Everybody has their
favorite. The dude that was
stapler,
connected to the stapler that he basically took out of a burning building. He was gonna kill people over. There you go. Like, oh my God.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. I play football for a living. You damn right I'm crazy.
Okay, I'll say this. I think we'd be better off if we didn't have like snacks of, unhealthy snacks. So here's my point.
I agree with that.
I'll take the healthy snack stash because I want to fuel my body and treat it well for the future years. But if it's like candy snack stash, you know what comes in what's helpful every once in a while?
What's that?
Is an envelope, some stamps. I can't tell you how many times I've needed a paperclip in the last 3 years. It's probably been like 3 times. But and I've been like, do we have paper clips? Where are the paper clips? So it would be useful every once in a while do we have a pen that works? Where's the good pen?
If I was in the office, you come to my office.
Where's the tape? I need to tape something.
Boom,
I think I need to do office type of things more than I need to snack on chocolate.
There you go.
I have a stationary stash at my desk at work, and I never use it.
Never.
Everyone else in the office does.
See, you keeping it.
But you know what I don't have. You know what I don't have that I wish I had?
What?
A snack stash.
Everybody
I have drawers with all these folders with things in them that I never use. But if I push those folders back, there's a giant empty space. You know what I could put in there?
A bunch
of snacks.
There you go. And healthy ones.
Healthy, unhealthy, I don't care. I just want food.
True.
Another reason stationary stash might be better. You only got to, supply that thing once every 10 years.
At this rate.
The snack stash.
That's true.
Every week
You'd be surprised how many sticky notes I go through.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the dog.
All right, next this is that.
This one. Next one. Let's move on.
Earn all achievements in a game or complete a game with only 50% achievement completion. Oh, okay. You want to get it done, but not everything, or you want to get all
I
the
faced this
achievements.
dilemma one too many times. I have 2 games that I've 100% achieved, completed. Need for Speed Most Wanted and Batman Arkham City, where I got all the achievements there. But not every game, obviously. You can't do every game. That's an eternity. So I'm going to go earn all achievements in a game. I've done it once. I can do it again.
I have never earned all the achievements in a game that I've ever played. But I've wanted to. But I'm going to complete the game with the 50% achievements. And then I'll go back if I feel so inclined and get all the achievements, which I think I might do with The Last of Us Part 2 because I love that game so much. And
Great
I just
game.
want to relive the story. I want to relive the story and cry my eyes out in the first, 25 minutes again. I cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I cried.
Yeah, I don't have tear ducts. I was unhappy. The way it ended.
Ducks.
I don't have ear ducts or tear ducts.
You don't have ear ducts?
I'm sorry. I know. I corrected myself. All right. Big B says I 100% a couple of games, but games come out so fast now. Yeah. And the game and then these devs, they know what they're doing. I've said this before. They know what they're doing when these games drop. It's like every 2 to 3 weeks. So you talking about 3 weeks out of a month, you got a AAA game coming out. Even the sports games, they pretty much got campaigns within them. NBA 2K, you have My Player. Madden has career mode now, or they have franchise mode on top of story mode with the players that is created now by yourself. So yeah, they know what they're doing. Master says 50% do not have the time to commit to playing a game long enough to try and complete all the achievements. Hey, yeah, you got to be in hardcore to that game. I wasn't hardcore into Need for Speed Most Wanted. It just was. I think they just came real easy because we were already racing, and they did a good job with what EA did because that was an EA game. What they did was that they actually made the achievements were not as so difficult as they are may be now. Mm-hmm. They were like once you beat a race, that was an achievement. It's just boom, boom, boom. Then I noticed I was at 900, and I was like, oh, I only got 100 more to go. And then I saw what I needed to do. I'm like, oh, that's it. Just win the next race. Boom, over. Thank you.
Now it's like drift into the finish line 5 times while
backwards,
while in third place, and then finish the race in first while finishing backwards.
Right, turn that thing reverse. Yeah, it's like, come on, man, really? You going real too diabolical on that one. So there you go. All right, next one, John.
All right,
wrap this thing up. It's a fun one.
This or that: unlimited superpowers or unlimited money.
Marie came up with
this. Okay, I love this question.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know.
I don't think it's that hard.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, because
what's your answer then, Rico?
Because there's a way with both answers to get both things.
Yes. Unlimited superpowers.
Well, there's that. You go unlimited superpowers and just not be a good person and have unlimited money.
Okay.
Or you could go unlimited money and then just create a bunch of, and then just hire some really smart people and create a bunch of super suits with a bunch of different powers.
Was the one guy from
but then you're just still a person. Like you don't have you can't. I mean, I guess you could fly. You're Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you could shoot lasers.
Was it something zone in Incredibles?
Mm-hmm. You could make a suit that makes you invisible, a suit that you can breathe underwater, a suit that you can go to space.
Okay, but but what reality are we living in? Are we living in superhero reality where you can have money and build invisible suits, or are we living in real life where you can't build invisible suits?
Well, if we're going with superpowers, it's got to be.
Military has camouflage suits.
Okay.
I would probably go with superpowers because
I'm superpowers.
I wouldn't be a bad person, but I'd find a way to make money.
No.
Yeah, I think if you had unlimited superpowers and you were able to do something that no one else in the world is basically able to do, you'd be able to make a living. You'd be okay.
Yeah.
Also, unlimited superpowers, you know what the first thing I would do is?
What?
Time travel and then just bet on all the games that I know
you going Marty
are
McFly.
upsets, and then there you go, and then you just live your life that way. So then you
Back
have
to the Future.
Yeah, so then you have all the money.
Biff,
you get sports almanac.
Yeah,
you're gonna do Biff.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's smart. You think
that's actually really a good. Okay, I'll do superpowers too because I like that idea. Go back in time and just set yourself up, and you're gonna have both. If you have superpowers, you can make it both. I mean, and I would think that'd be. And listen, you could have money and fly like Tony Stark and create an invisible. But if you didn't physically have that ability, you'd have to obviously rely on. Shoot, I don't have the invisibility thing with me right now, or it's broken. You know. So I'll take superpowers.
Yeah. So
Makes
Big
sense.
B, he has unlimited money. Matt Styles, easy. He says superpowers, just take what you want. LOL. So we have back and forth there. I think, but superpowers, you could get the money somehow. You'll figure it out.
You'd probably get a good sponsorship deal on your social media.
Something. I mean, if you have unlimited superpowers, that means you can have Professor X powers or Jean Grey, where you can basically mind control folks.
Actually, you know what I would do?
You know, so you got everything.
I changed my mind with the superpowers. I would go back to the 90s, and I would be the starting running back for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be interesting.
Like the late 90s.
Yeah.
I think there's a guy there that I don't think was very good, so I think I could take his spot.
Hey, but I don't think that guy was human. Just letting you know.
Question.
A lot of people call me an alien, so just letting you know.
If you did go back in time and were running back for the Huskers in the late 90s, where do you think the other running backs that were going to attend Nebraska, where would they have gone?
Good question.
Yeah, great question. Some went to Tennessee, some went to Texas, some went to San Diego State.
Was there another school that you were going to go to if you didn't go to Nebraska?
It was for me, it was second school that was on the list where I almost went was Arizona Wildcats down in Tucson. Ooh. They had Desert Swarm defense because I was a sports fan. So I was looking at a team that had everything that I wanted to be a part of to win a national title. And so obviously Nebraska had that at that time. And Arizona, if you remember Arizona's defense, they had Teddy Bruschi. He was one of their team captains. Mm-hmm. They had a guy named Spurlock. He was a strong safety. They had Antoine Smith at running back on offense. And they had another pretty good, I think Danny White's son, the NFL pro that played for the Cowboys. His son played quarterback for them at that time. So they had a pretty good roster that year. I think it was that year, 94, 95, and then 96 was their last really good year. So
wow. I had no idea today I'd be looking up 1995 Arizona Wildcats football.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's head over to our games of the week there.
It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Oh! That's that dog I'm not walking.
It's time.
Or I'm not picking up the poop on that dog. Just letting you know.
It sounds medium sized. I think it'll be okay.
Just reminded you. Reminded you on that. All right, John, we got you up first, buddy.
Okay, so apparently I maybe selected this game in the past, but I don't remember.
It's all good. They don't care. Good games get repeated. That's what that means.
Look at that little guy. It's Thor. You know, like so often when we think of Thor, we think of the Thor from the love
from Asgard, all chiseled, yoked up.
Marvel. Mm-hmm. But Thor is a character that anyone can write about, can create storylines for. So this is Tiny Thor. It's going to be moving to the Nintendo Switch. It's available on PC right now. It features 16-bit graphics and gameplay centered around using the lead character there. Leading our Norse hero, they write on the Nintendo website, through challenging levels filled with all kinds of obstacles. It offers tight controls. Oh, I like that. Fast-paced action and experience tinged with nostalgia. So, I don't know. It looks kind of old school-ish, right? I don't know. I kind of like that old school look, that 16-bit look.
No, definitely old school look. Got the feel. Not many buttons. Yeah, Sonic, Metroid. That kind of movement with Metroid. Those games won't miss. You know, you won't miss with those games. Mm-hmm. It being new, you probably, or it being Thor, you're gonna get a lot of Marvel fans. It'll be like gonna be buy into that. They see Thor's name. Hey, this might be a Marvel game.
Psych.
That's true. That's true. But fun.
You already spent your money.
Yeah, but fun. You get into it fast, and it looks like there's a little puzzle stuff, like little puzzle action going on too. Make you think a little bit.
Yeah, when I see this game, like I could just envision me back in the day on the 16-bit SNES, the Nintendo, just being like, "This one looks fine," playing that. That's how I talked back then.
Tiny Thor.
That looks fine.
Now.
All right.
There you go, Tiny Thor.
All right, thank you, sir. So next up is my game. Hold on, let me get everything up. I got to shut Tiny Thor down. That's all audio.
You can't shut Tiny Thor down.
There we go.
Yeah,
I got Mr. Run and oh man, that's super loud in my headset.
That is loud.
Ooh, that was loud.
You can still
now
turn it
it's
down.
turned down. So Mr. Run and Jump here. It's a game where it may look real dangerous. Neon World, Mr. Run and Jump, an upcoming action platformer game from Atari. Another Activision. And a developer Graphite Lab and Heavy Horse Games. Mr. Run and Jump will be available on PC and all other platforms and even Epic. Check it out. You have no face. But there's only one button, I believe. Didn't it say that? One button.
One button? Did you say one button?
Or no, that might be. Never mind. I was looking at something else earlier when I was setting up. But that game, simple games. Simple games. We have a game called Mr. Run and Jump. Very simple. If you can't figure that out,
what do you do in the game? Hey, you run and jump.
Pretty much. You could be playing video games. All right.
It's like a game being called like Shoot the Other Guy.
Yeah.
We all three came up with probably the easiest games to play.
We really did.
When I looked at all our selections, I'm like, these are easy games. I think we're in that mode right now. Like we're talking. Some of the games get too diabolical.
Everything's complicated. So, yeah, this is giving me the Tiny Thor, Mario, Metroid, Kirby vibes.
And I had Grant Pooh Bear on the week before last. And this would just be right up his alley. Like, this is games like that. Games like this he tried to master up on. So that's Mr. Runners Up. So Rico, got your game going.
All right. You mentioned the one button Ninja or Die.
That's where I got it from.
Of the Sun. One button game. All you have to do is you're after a cataclysmic event. You are, as a regular pickpocket, have turned into a master thief, a ninja of sorts. The ramen seller becomes a samurai. The Maiko becomes a killer geisha. Your domain of petty crime becomes a frenzied neon world of shogun castles, magic traps, and parachuting assassins. Master violent precision platforming in this fusion of extreme speed and one-button controls that will leave you dead and wanting more. So it's one button. It's very simple. You control your jumps with, as you can see the line there, you hit the one button and you jump from place to place, kind of grabbing onto the walls and making your way up the platforms. To attack everybody, you just jump at them and you do the attacks. You can power up your jumps by holding the one button, but again, it's a very simple game that you're just going to sit there and you're just going to click your mouse because it's only on PC right now. So yeah, Ninja or Die.
Yeah, we gave you all the hard stuff earlier, talking about how AI is going to do this and that, control this or that. Now we just going to go back to the simpleness, take the AI out of it, because you got games that you don't probably need internet on to play. Go back to the.
This is one of those. This is one of those games where I'd see myself playing this on. Did you guys ever play on miniclip.com? Well, that was like a website, like a gaming website, where it's just a bunch of games that were on there. So this is a game I don't know if it's still a thing actually, but this is one of those games that you would see on there, and just very simple, very colorful, fast paced, and it just looks like something that would be just kind of sit down. You don't want to get into all the nuance of, you know, having to attack people and do a bunch of different combos. You're like, I just want to sit down and see a bunch of flashing lights and numbers going across my screen. There you go, ninja or die.
Easy breezy. One button. And if you have a problem with that, then you need not to play video games.
I like it because obviously sometimes for me personally, I can only speak to myself, that learning curve sometimes when you see a game feels so overwhelming. Ooh. You're like, oh my God,
I know exactly what you're talking
how long
about.
is this going to take for me to figure out what button to push? So, you know, just from its very simplistic nature, like one button, it's easy. You can figure that out. Now all you have to concentrate is getting better at the game.
Yeah, and it's one of those games where if you put it down for a little bit, when you go back, you're not going to have to remember, oh, what combo did I put to this? What,
you don't have
what
to
do I have
to
to do to what do I have to do to activate this move? What did I upgrade this to? You're just like, oh no, I'm just gonna hit this and I'm gonna go right at that guy.
Yep.
That's simple. That's the game I'm gonna go to when I need to decompress from stress. There it is. I'm getting that. It's on Switch. Oh, it's on PC.
PC.
Okay. Dang it. I think I have a Google thing. That's the PC I could take with me. I'll figure it out. All right. Good job, y'all. Good games. Simple games. That was the theme of today, guys.
Yeah.
In the chat. Simple games for you to de-stress, where you don't have to think a whole lot. All right. But now we're about to go into what's on stream here.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the.
This is a big boat that we own. That I'm rowing.
It's time for what's on
so
stream.
Row,
row your boat gently up.
Yeah, if it's a big boat, you're the one rowing. Like if we're all in it, yeah, you're rowing.
Yeah,
Mr.
Yeah, and your dogs. Put those dogs to work.
Yeah.
So what on stream is going on is we gotta figure out which game, what series we're going to, bros.
So that's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna watch next.
This is a secret. Invasion. We could pick from.
Well, we definitely have to do this at some
Fury.
point.
Yeah.
You know,
this has to be one.
He's coming back. If you've watched any of the Marvel movies, you know that the actual Nick Fury, hasn't been on Earth
for a while.
So this is him coming back and finding out what's going on Earth exactly. So,
okay, guys, get me caught up. Where has Nick Fury been? The last I remember, like he got
blip. So after the blip, he did come back in the end game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rico.
I don't think that was him.
When he came back in, was he a scroll?
Yeah, so he hasn't been on Earth since.
I thought he came
after. I
thought he reappeared from the blip and then went back up.
Yeah, he got blipped when everybody came back. He came back also, but we didn't. I think we saw him once in Endgame, and I think it was Tony Stark's funeral.
Wait, when you say blipped, is that when everybody like disappeared?
Turned into dust.
Okay. And I think he came back for that, but then every movie after that, it's kind of inferred that whatever Nick Fury you see in those isn't Nick Fury. That is
because he's a Skrull.
Yeah, that is the Skrull that's impersonating him.
So
because
that is
in Spider-Man Far From Home, when they were in Europe and he met up with Mysterio.
Oh, wow, really? Wow.
Yeah, in that cutscene at the end, it showed him in like a space resort or whatever.
Got it. So you got
if I'm remembering correctly.
So, and the good thing about this series on Disney Plus, they're releasing one episode a week, so we're not far behind. I think we're only like 6 episodes. I think there's 5 or 6 episodes in, so we can catch it real fast.
I think it's done.
It was 6. Was it just 6 episodes?
Maybe.
It might be
I could be wrong.
You could be, but it may be though. They've been doing them real short too. I've noticed that between Apple Plus and Disney Plus and Netflix too. Some of the Netflix goes to 8 episodes per season. So
yeah, the last one, episode 6, was on June 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next one after that will be. Let me pause Twisted Metal on Peacock. So that means I got to buy a new subscription.
Yeah.
They raised the price too.
So we got a great actor, Anthony Mackie. It fits the cast.
Guns come in.
Along with we got a pretty good cast here.
This looks fun.
Samoa Joe. He plays Sweet. It's two people playing Sweet Tooth.
Yes,
Samoa Joe and Will Arnett. He's the body, and
he's the body, and Will Arnett is
the voice. The voice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Nev Campbell from the Scream trilogy or saga. A saga. It's more than 3 movies.
Yeah.
Saga. So
I was wondering how they were going to turn the game into a movie.
They did it.
It looks really interesting and really funny.
It's a comedy series. It says that when you Google it, it says Twisted Metal comedy series. So it is. It was funny. It was comedy to get blown up by Sweet Tooth or your co-players in this game. But they created a whole, to see the whole world out there, it's just pretty cool. They put the thought, they put the time into develop this. They obviously played the game, or they just done heavy research on the game. So I respect that part about NBC to have this show on, to make sure they got this and nailed it to the T. Similar to what we saw in one of the first movies being made. I say in current time, so from 2000 to now, was the Resident Evil series when it started in 1999 with Melly Jovovich back then. So I'm super excited about that.
Yo, this looks fun. I like that. It looks funny. I hear DMX, so we're getting a little nostalgic with that time period the game was out.
Anything with DMX is fire. So
yeah, I like this. That we're definitely gonna have to do that one, I think, too.
Yeah, anything with DMX is that fire right there. So the next one.
Gotta get Peacock now. Dang it.
Yeah. But next one, I think everybody has Apple Plus. So we have the season 2 of The After Party. Season 1, did you see it, Rico?
No, I don't have.
All right, John, did you watch season 1?
No, I didn't. I've never heard this show until.
Do you have Apple Plus?
I have Apple Plus.
You got Apple Plus?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
They raised the price on that one too, by the way.
We got another great.
Oh yeah, because they're Apple Plus partnered with MLS, and now maybe the Pac-12.
There you go. Ooh, nice.
Which, by the way, sorry, no, I'm going to take the podcast in a different direction.
Next podcast.
Yeah, I can't watch Messi. I have to buy a season pass to watch Messi's first game. Shut up. That was so mishandled.
Oh
sorry.
My goodness.
Keep going.
Hey, they want their money. They
didn't get it.
But with this series, we got a good cast of actors here that know comedy. Sam Richardson, he's been pretty busy. He plays Anik, but he's been in Ted Lasso, and he's been in a lot of other movies. Tiffany Haddish, she plays the Detective Danner here, and Zoe Chow plays Anik's girlfriend from season 1. So you guys got to go back and watch season 1. At the first after party that Anik went to, because there was a murder there. So then now season 2, after party season 2, there's another murder at a wedding they attend. So now they got to figure out who was. It's a who's who. Who done it? It's a who's who. It's a who's who or who done it. So we got these 3 seasons of TV series to say, hey guys, we're gonna break this one down, recap it for the next couple weeks here. So.
My mother says
we got to find out what do y'all want to talk about.
I say we do Secret Invasion.
She was busy with silence
first,
okay.
Just because we all have Disney Plus.
It's a money thing. Huh?
Yeah.
It's a cash grab somewhere. What is Peacock per month? Like $5.99, $7.99?
Yeah. $5.99 on the cheapest package. Yep.
I'll work on canceling some of my other subscriptions.
So I could go with that. That's fair. Since we all have Disney Plus, we'll do Secret Invasion. But this is a good series. So check it. Try to get Apple Plus sooner or later, and then we could cover this down the line. Because it's probably going to be a season 3. They're going to keep this thing going. Because Anik, he has death following him out every corner. So
perfect.
All right, so Secret Invasion. Are we doing episodes 1 and 2 next week? Are we just going to go 6 weeks of this thing? What are we doing?
That'll be the whole show. That'll be like 4 hours of talking. Let's do the first 2 episodes. I think we could do that.
Okay.
We definitely do that for next week's episode, where hopefully we may be in Texas, maybe not. I don't know, but
and that gives you guys 3 weeks to go online and get Peacock before we start the 10 episodes of Twisted Metal.
There you go.
I want to watch that, so I should.
Yes, I definitely have to watch it. Me and my older brother would play that game. He had all of them too. It was 3 of them at one point.
Axel was my favorite.
Yep,
the guy that was just in the 2 giant wheels and he had his arms outstretched. Great guy.
Yeah, that's not even a car. Like,
no, it's not. Yeah, your body's just out there. Like, I don't know. Your
body's the chassis.
Yeah, that's not honestly not that good.
No, that means your body's strong enough to be a racket pinion steering and everything. Anti-lock brakes. Actually. Very impressive. You talking about superpowers, unlimited? That's like a whole nother world.
That's it right there.
That's pure strength, unlimited strength.
Possibly bulletproof. Explode.
Yeah,
like
you're getting blown up. You have rocket launchers. You have all type of guns attached to your car in Twisted Metal. You had nitro boost, so you were volatile in a good and a bad way. You could nitro boost away from somebody trying to blow you up, or in real, if you're talking about real science and physics, that if you get hit by a rocket, you're completely destroyed because you all that flammable gas on you. And
that game was so much fun.
Super fun. And so hey man, we're at the end of the show. Great show, guys. We have fun. Chat, you're awesome as usual. Matt Styles, Big B, the average historian. Who else popped in this thing here? We had ESPN Pinky said go Pack Go earlier. And Big Go Big Red. ESPN Pinky. Hope you come back. That's a fun name. All right. That is hilarious. Oh man, you're funny, Rico. Giving the thumbs up there. So let everybody know where they can find you. Start with you, John.
It's right on the screen if you're watching on Twitch at John Arias Radio, JONARIAS, or at Johncast Podcast. I do a podcast as well, Wisconsin Sports.
Yeah. Rico the Rookie. Let everybody know where they can find you on social.
Go ahead and follow me on the Twitter, X. At Radio Rico AC. You can find me on there. You can also find me on the radio on the daily 93.7 The Ticket in Lincoln. You can download the app. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all that fun stuff. 93.7 The Ticket. Or just follow me on Twitter. I'll give you all the updates, especially with Nebraska sports seasons coming into the frame here shortly. We've got volleyball and volleyball day in Nebraska, August 30th. That's gonna be a good one.
I'll be back. I will be back for that.
Hey John,
I'm not gonna miss that.
The extended forecast better
stop.
So
wait, if it rains, Wisconsin still has the record.
Yes.
Interesting.
Don't be that guy.
Oh, we're gonna have some trash talking this year. Ooh, I like it.
I think Nebraska goes up to Wisconsin. I'm going to try and convince the bosses to let me go.
Yeah.
Let's have a meal.
We could do that. It's some good places in Madison. We got some good places in Lincoln too, John. I think you've been here a few times. You know that. So, but yeah, we could go. I'll get back on the posting job. I took a little break, man. I was like, I'm done with social for a little while. The boxing has kicked my butt, packing up stuff. So I didn't get a chance to post a whole lot this past week, but that's okay. I'm going to get back on it. So you could go to TikTok. We got all the videos posted there. And then shout out to Drink on the Slide. Go to the website. They have their new 2 flavors that'll be dropping here in less than a month. You have mango and citrus, brain, body, and recovery. Chill. Different than that other stuff out there that everybody knows that they drink in all the time when they're gaming. So when you want to chill out when you're gaming, even if you're going hardcore on Halo, Infinite, or Call of Duty, get you some citrus, get you some mango chill, Drink on the Slide. Go to the website, Drink on the Slide, and have it. It'll help. It'll quench your thirst and calm you. There'll be no raging. No more raging gaming. All right? So everyone have a good rest of your week. See you later. Hopefully I could be somewhere else next time. I'll be in Texas. So. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Brought to you by BetOnline.